Thank you for joining XROM, India's first AR/VR focused podcast. And today, I'm delighted to have with me Mr. Andrii Shramko, who's an immersive tech live action capture specialist. He provides services to help you capture impossible augmented reality, virtual reality, 360 degrees video, as well as 3D Gaussian Splats. He has created optimized capturing devices for photometry, photogrammetry, virtual reality, 3D Gaussian Splats, and is also currently working towards building mobile volumetric capture solutions. So, Andrii, it's a delight to have you on XRM podcast. Will be great if you could start with your background, your love for capturing live action immersive content, and your experience in capturing all of these different tech modalities, right from augmented reality, virtual reality, 360 degrees to 3D Gaussian Splats.
Hello, thank you for inviting me. Yes, for the last 10 years, I am exclusively worked with 360 degree videos, 3D 360 degree videos, and help different film companies, production companies to shoot impossible 360 degree videos. If some director from company contact me and tell me that they want to shoot a video, a virtual reality video in some new way, and it's not possible to do it now. So I try to come up a special solution, special cameras, 360 degree cameras, building from scratch them, gimbal, camera stabilization system, special drone, invisible 360 drone, and with extremely high speed or extremely high altitude for shooting 360 degrees high altitude. So it's my passion for the 10 years and my main job, and for worked for National Geographic, Amazon, Facebook, Red Bull, create for them different solution, software solution, hardware solution. And for the last 2 years, I'm worked with Gaussian Splat technology. Near 2 years, 1.5, I think so. The first project was for Apple, where they shooting the whole music video with an iPhone 15. And they also want to add to this music video a matrix effect, but it also must be shooted on iPhones, and the actors must be scanned in a very quickly way. So we build a rig from a lot of iPhone cameras and shoot an actors. Then I found the solution post-shot. This guy from a post-shot who helped us to create this project. At that time, the software was not well known, and we collaborate with him, and he tried to modify this software especially for our needs. And now we also use a lot of this software, and also start to use a special scanning solution. It's an X-grid scanners, SLAM scanners. And X-grid scanners have some limitation. Multi-camera rigs have some limitation. For the different scene, we use a different scanning solution.
Truly, like you said, I mean, it's very, very difficult for the listeners to even understand, these different modalities that you're working towards, I mean, right from 180 degrees to 360 degrees, monoscopic as well as stereoscopic virtual reality captures, as well as 3D Gaussian Splats, and the the scanner solutions that you're working towards. I mean, so yes, I would want to. I mean, obviously, would like you to talk a little bit more about that in details and explain to the audience. Because yes, like you rightfully pointed out, I think it's very difficult for the user to kind of fathom. Like how do you go about capturing these spaces in full immersiveness, whether it's virtual reality 360 solutions or stereoscopic solutions, and for those listeners who are tuned in today to the episode, Andrii Shramko is a rock star, and you guys should follow his Facebook as well as LinkedIn page, and he keeps on sharing what he does, his works. So Andrii, you mentioned that you've done work for Nat Geo. You mentioned done work for Amazon, Red Bull, and you've done also some work for Apple. You mentioned that you had to build some these rigs for these scanning solutions. So let's just kind of break this down. When you're talking about these Apple iPhone rigs for scanning, was it for volumetric capture or was it for 3D Gaussian Splats? Will be great if you could kind of first talk about this Apple iPhone rigs that you were building and the captures that you did.
It was for creating a Gaussian Splat scene with an actors and then put the virtual camera and fly throughout these persons. And then use this video in a music clip, like a Matrix video, when all people just hold down, and we show them. Before I was a well-known person, I built a different solution to shoot a 360-degree video in an unusual way by myself. First of all, I tried to create the first in the world time-lapse, 8K time-lapse 360-degree video. It was not possible to do like 9 years ago, but I hacked the camera. It was a Samsung Gear 360 camera. It was not possible to record the time lapse, but I did it with this camera, and I create a 360-degree video in a 8K resolution, but it was not possible to play back on any computer in the world, this video, because it's too high resolution was. And only a few years ago I can see this, check this video in full quality. Then the main problem of 360-degree cameras is a stitching line because of parallax between lenses. And I'm thinking how I can fix this bug. And because I want to shoot a macro 3D 360 video, that's why I built a special slider solution, invisible slider for the 360 cameras, and then shoot the first in the world macro 3D 360 video and publish it on a different social media. And some guys from Amazon contact me that they want to shoot one project with such a solution. So I go and teach one guy how to work with such a slider. They go to United States, shoot some video macro, and send me this material, and I stitch it in a special way. So we have a first macro 3D 360 video, and it's mind blowing when you put your goggles and you are like a bug. And
do you ever think about commercializing these products? Because I mean, these products that you're building, obviously these sounds very awesome. So I've been into virtual reality since 2016, and we had built a 16 camera rig, a stereoscopic VR rig in 2016 when Google was building Halo and Facebook had its own camera, and then there was Nokia Ozo. It was a fantastic camera, but it was very, very expensive at that point in time. So we had built, what we had taken is that we had taken these cams, and then we had created these 16 camera rig where we had put like around 12 in an array, and two up on the top, and two down to get like the full 360 capture. But like you said, that once you capture, processing all of that data was in 2016 was extremely cumbersome, because they were like very, very, very heavy files. What's been the challenges at this point in time? Has those challenges been overcome? Will be great if you could talk about some of the most difficult or most challenging as well as rewarding 360 degrees virtual reality captures that you have done.
For now, also it's extremely challenging to stitch any kind of multi-camera rig. Even if we have Mystica VR software, Mystica Boutique software, and in that many years ago, I also try to find a different software solution, combine this software solution, and find how to stitch a multi-camera rig video. For nowadays, I also always try to find a different combination of well-known software solution to, for example, how to fix the jello effect if you are shooting wrong damper on a drone. And some companies did it in a wrong way, and they can't use this video, can stabilize it. And they ask me, can I do something with such a video and save it? So it was not possible to do it. And I tried to find a way how to do it in a Mystica VR. And it's a very interesting solution that I find a way how to do a wrong tools to stabilize such a video, and I have a solution. And then I build another and come up for now for Red Bull. I'm come up another software solution how to stabilize it in a Mystica Boutique software, because we build a 250 kilometers per hour a super fast Cinelifter drone with 14 cameras on it, and we have a huge challenge for the stitching. National Geographic also asked me, can I build a smaller camera to shoot macro 3D 360, because I built 3 different prototypes. One prototype was for shooting hyperlapse 3D 360. It's a time-lapse motion, but they want to have a real video macro 3D 360. And then I tried to build three different cameras, 3 different prototypes for shooting macro 3D 360.
What I've seen recently is that Apple Vision Pro, they shot this film called Submerged, but they're taking a different approach. It's not 360 degree monoscopic or stereoscopic. They're going more towards 180 degrees. What's your thoughts on content creation? I mean, where do you think there's going to be more focus? Is it going to be 180 degrees, which I think clearly Apple Vision Pro is working towards that direction, or is it going to be towards these virtual reality stereoscopic and monoscopic content, live action? Where do you think it's going to go?
The main problem for this 360 video, it's a stitching line. And 180 3D video is fix this problem. You don't have any stitching line, and you. But
besides the stitching, I think it's also the isolation bit. And I mean, with virtual reality, what happens that you are isolated in a content, and with 180 degrees, you still can turn around. Though there's like a black screen behind, or you could have it empty. I mean, it's not as isolating as 360 virtual reality, I feel.
For 10 years, I worked exclusively with 360-degree videos, and only several years when the Canon dual fisheye appears, I shoot several 180 projects, but I like it less than 360-degree videos. I also like to shoot 360-degree video from drones, and from drones, the better to use 360-degree videos, not 180-degree cameras, because there are a lot of different interesting places, and you can.
Andrii, is there like, I mean, you mentioned that, you have done some capture for 360 degree with drones, using drones. Is there something that you can talk about what you've captured? Is it being, is it commercially accessible? Can we see some of those captures that you have done?
Yes, it's possible. For example, this one, it's my first prototype of huge Cinelifter invisible 360-degree drones. Here we have 4 cameras at the top and 4 cameras at the bottom. And then I just shoot several tests and show all the world how it look like. This drone, the speed of this drone near 80 kilometers per hour, I think so. Don't exactly remember. But after that, some companies contact me and ask me to build a special solution for shooting one sport event. And that's why I have a new. Already we shot this project and working it on now.
Beautiful.
And will be published the result later. I can't tell you a lot about this project because it's not announced yet. But I think in 4 months, I think so, in 4 months, this project will publish it, and you will see a lot of different interested 360-degree video, 3D 360-degree video, shoot it in absolutely impossible way. We built a lot of different special stuff for this project. This one already published project. You see this camera, multi-camera rig. It was designed for Red Bull cliff diving sport event. And we drop this camera near the sport guy who jumped from a cliff, and this camera fly near him and also drop into the water and shoot under the water. This is the second prototype. First prototype was made from a plastic, and after our first test, after impacting into the water, everything is blowing up, and we don't have a camera and even not shoot a one video. And in 1 week, I built another solution with from a metal. And it's very interesting to see this video. You can see it. It's I will send you a link.
Perfect. Andrii, I mean, how many of these rigs have you actually built, and what are your thoughts on these commercially available rigs? I mean, like maybe rigs, virtual reality cameras like Insta360 Pro or maybe Candau VR, compared to what would you advise to people who are wanting to get into 360 live action capture? Should they go for a rig, or I mean, should they buy these readily available commercial cameras like Insta360, Candau VR, or others, or should they go for like a rig? What do you think is the right approach?
I can tell you that there is no an universal 360 camera solution on the market. You will never have such universal solution, because for different scenes you need to use different cameras or camera rigs. That's why I built a lot of them for the different stuff. This one, as on the screen, it's the lightest
Beautiful.
solution for it's 2070 gram and shooting 14K 360 resolution, and I can fly with even not Inspire, but the Mavic with a small drones and shooting 14K video.
When you talk about 14K videos, how do you even play back these video captures? And is there any memorable capture that you have done through these cameras which you can share or talk about?
It's always challenge to play back such a resolution. That's why I'm always working with the proxy files, and only after stitching I downsize these different files and check it in standard goggles. For now, we can play back 14 or even 60K on Apple Vision Pro. And now we can do this check, but not with a 60 FPS. This rig can shoot 16K 60 FPS.
Is there a way to optimize these captures? Once you have captured it in like a very high resolution, is there a way you compress these files without losing the quality?
You will always lose the quality if you will compress it. I'm working with a standard ProRes HQ video, and after the project finished, we converted to H264 to 65 and use it in the goggles.
Got it.
This is a prototype.
Right.
was made from not naked GoPro cameras, and it was very heavy. That's why another one solution, I can show you it now, but it was made from naked GoPro cameras.
Got it. So Andrii, how does this work? I mean, you have a team of hardware engineers who build these thing, or is it just you? And do you do 3D print these? How does it work?
Yeah, it's just me.
Oh,
just
wow.
me.
Awesome.
And I'm not even an engineer. I am an artist, graduate an artist university as a sculpture.
Awesome.
Paint, and just try to, because I want to shoot a new different unique video. I decided that I need to learn some engineer software and engineer stuff, and try to start to build my own solution. I'm not was a programmer. That's why I try to hear some my friends who can help me to create a software solution for steering these cameras, gimbals.
Awesome. How does it work? Do you 3D print all of these accessories?
Yeah. I have a different 3D printers. It's from MDF plastic printer and from resin printer. And when the prototype is ready, I can 3D print even from a metal. This one is from a project Red Bull Cliff Diving. Here we have one super lightweight solution. It's very small drone. When we fly near the sport guy, they're not so afraid to do his jump. That's why it was very good that we had a very small camera rig solution and drone solution, and we can fly very close to the sport guys. This is the first test of the plastic 3D 360-degree camera. We decided to put it into the bag and drop it into the water, because we are afraid that it can be exploded. And this was a good choice that we use the back, because when we take away this camera, it was only a parts of it, and that's why in this place we even didn't shoot a 360-degree video. Only in a week in Australia we continued with a metal rig, which not exploded, and we have this video. It's also mind-blowing to see this film in goggles, because you are flying near a sport guy, how in a slow motion, and also drop into the water.
I directed, produced India's first stereoscopic VR horror short film, and we had built out our own camera, which I said, like a 16 camera rig. We had also built out a robotic dolly. I'm not seeing as much as live action virtual reality content as it should have been, because in 2016 I was thinking that by around 24, 25 you would have like maybe somebody creating a full-fledged Hollywood feature film, but I think that's still far away. We've still not really gone towards people creating content which is really high quality. According to you, which areas you are seeing most use cases of these 360 degrees live action content, virtual reality content?
I think the 360-degree video and simple 180-degree video will die in the near future. Because of
Gaussian Splats,
of Gaussian Splat
AI.
You can scan the person, the scene, and do a 3D model, and when you put the goggles, you can walk around this person. The 360-degree will not allow you to do this. This was what I am showing you now. It's a macro, the last prototype of the macro 3D 360-degree camera. You see that there is a bunch of 15, 16, 17 different small cameras, and all these cameras throughout USB go into the main computer and recording.
Wow.
The resolution is low, it's near 6K, but I found the solution how to shoot near 10 centimeters from a camera, 10 centimeters from a rig.
Oh, so close.
Yeah,
you can capture.
This is a capture solution. We have a special dock station to put all cameras on it, and throughout Thunderbolt cable capture all this video from each camera, synchronize it.
You are solving some really, really hard problems, but you rightfully pointed out, I think the future is going to be more towards, I think, 3D Gaussian Splats, 4D Gaussian Splats, and also these generative AI tech stack. Because just recently, I think last week, I was seeing that World Labs has created this tool where you just put in a single image and you get like a 3D world out of it.
Yeah.
Then there is Google, which is created Genie, which is not like text to, I think it's a full world building, which is dynamic. You put in an image and you get a complete dynamic, 3D world. It's getting more and more fantastic. You had mentioned in one of your LinkedIn posts that you are also thinking about building a mobile volumetric capture solution. You think you'll be able to talk about this mobile volumetric capture solution that you had hinted on building?
Yes, I can do it. For example, this one of the latest project which I did for a MasterCard music video, and they need to scan the actors in a very fast way. If we build the rigs around them, it will be visible. So I built a an interesting solution with a bunch of GoPro cameras, synchronized cameras, and we scan each scene in 1 minute or even less to 30 seconds for scanning the whole scene. That's why the actors can hold themselves for such a short time. And I will show you the rig, how the rig look like. This is it. It's also second generation of my rig. It's from 3 different parts. The top one have a lot of cameras and it can be detached from the main rig. When we do a scan inside the car and then need to scan outside the car, inside the car I'm using this one, and in one take we connect all other parts and scan all cars in one take, inside and outside. For steering these cameras, now I wrote my own software, which can synchronize all settings on all cameras, synchronize the time, stop, start recording on all cameras from one button click. And now it's easy to scan small scenes. This is best solution for scanning small scenes. And also I have another one with scanning for huge scene, but it's not possible to reconstruct it now because for Gaussian Splat limitation. Only XGrid software find the solution how to and publish this solution, how to scan in a huge space with a lot of details. That's why for a huge space, I'm using XGrid scanners, and for a small space, I'm using this multi-camera rigs. This is a huge space which we scan it with an XGrid scanners, and I can share any of these scenes for your spectators, for your anyone can download our project. We work together with Yaroslav, and you can download these models, import it into the Unity, and shoot a video on a virtual production stages. And for now, we are sharing any of these scenes for free.
Right. I think, talking about applications, I think virtual production is going to be like a big use case, where you do these 3D Gaussian splats, and you can have your actors walk into those spaces through these virtual production capabilities. Andrii, I would want you to possibly, will be great, if you can explain to my audience first what 3D Gaussian splatting is, and try and it will be great if you can explain the tech behind it, like as in right from the capturing process, where you capture through these either your phones or your cameras or these rigs that you've made, and once you capture these content, how do you process it and create it into these splats to these 3D Gaussian splats? It will be great if you can explain that.
There is as I mentioned it, there is 2 different ways. One way is to use XGrid scanners, SLAM scanners, and use XGrid software, and it will do everything and generate such huge scenes with a Gaussian splat. You download PLY file and use these PLY files in any software you want, After Effects or Unreal Engine. And another solution is to use open source software to generate Gaussian splat. The easiest software for creating a Gaussian splat is a postshot. You just put a all videos from all cameras into this software, and it will calculate you a Gaussian Splats scene. You need to know some special how to shoot in a proper way, so the Gaussian Splats scene generate also properly. If you not do it in a special way, you will have a lot of problems in reconstruction. This one is a 3D 360 degree camera, not 3D, 360 degree camera, 20K, 25K resolution. I was build it, this camera fly into the space. I also need to create a special gimbal solution, which allow to put this camera rig on a balloon. None of the existing gimbals can work on a rope. And that's why I create such an interesting solution and put it on a rope, and it will rotate unlimited times, but the camera always be stabilized. And also all these Insta eyes cameras synchronize it and can start recording from one button click.
Interesting. Now, Andrii, unlike you are a rock star. I mean, you've been in the space since 10 years, right? I mean, you know the ins and out of, not just 180 degrees, 360 degrees, photogrammetry, but also 3D Gaussian splats. But not everybody understands this technology as deeply as you. Now, for those people out there who are freshers and who want to do these 3D Gaussian splats, where do they start from? Because Scaniverse has started its own, Niantic has started its own application called Scaniverse. Luma Labs has Android application where they can capture these 3D Gaussian splats. Where can one start from? I mean, can one start from like a simple phone, simple camera? Where does one start from for those who are like freshers wanting to get into 3D Gaussian splats? What will be your advice?
The easiest way, just use your iPhone, your GoPro camera, and start to scan your object. For example, put your friend on a chair and go around him and drop these video files in a post shot, and you in half an hour or 1 hour you will see the result, and you can start from this one, and then as more scans you will do, the better result you will have. I also start with the bad scans, but when I realize and understand how to scan in a better way, then I achieve such quality scans.
Perfect.
This one on the screen, it's a special solution for flying, for shooting 20K 60 FPS 3D in a high altitude. I built it for the Inspire 3 drones for shooting one project also, and we are using because this is must be a super lightweight solution. We decided not to use a 3D effect on all sides, and 3D effect only in the front, and all other are mono solution. Also, it's maybe half kilo camera weight, and it can fly at 4,000 altitude.
How awesome is that? Andrii, if there are people out there who want to reach out to you to possibly, commission you for some jobs, where and how do they reach out to you?
Yeah, they can just find Shramko cameras, Shramko drones, Shramko VR, and they will find me. I have a lot of different posts. It's also interesting for me not to meet up some clients, but some people who want to do the similar solution. I can share any of my knowledge with them, and they can build the similar rigs, copy my rigs, and create such a solution. If they are planning to use it in a not commercial project or charitable project, I can share for them for free, and they can shoot this not commercial project with, and I can help them even for stitching.
You don't even have a background in engineering, but yet here you are. You are building some of the most coolest capture solutions that I've personally seen. So I've been vested in AR, VR, MR since 2015, and my mind is blown seeing what you're doing and the stuff that you build. And the best part is that, I mean, your thought or mindset is so open, towards like creating innovation, which is, open, rather than closed. Because I guess, I mean, a lot of people would, are building like really great things. I mean, some of the big companies are building some fantastic, these cameras and rigs, but then everything seems to be so closed. I think the only way to maybe make more people aware about a technology which still is in a nascent stage is to be open, where you explore and invite more collaborators. You allow more collaborators to join you, and then collaboratively grow the ecosystem, because that's the only way we'll be able to make this technology reach out to a larger population. Andrii, my last question to you. We spoke about, I mean, the AR, VR, MR technology, and and even these volumetric captures. But you hinted that the world is gonna move towards more of AI-driven content. Maybe generative AI content, or also possibly these 3D Gaussian splats, where we'll be able to create these, like, capture these 3D worlds seamlessly. What do you think the future of content is going to look like, with generative AI coming in with this text to images, text to video, text to world building, and then this 3D Gaussian splats? How do you think the future of content creation is going to look like? That's my first question. And second question is, how do you think creators like you, me, and us, how are we going to monetize in a world where there is more and more AI possibly creating content? Yeah, would love to.
An interesting question, and I can say you that the future of any content is text to video, or video to video, and or video to Gaussian splat. And for that reason, I'm trying to build a different camera rig for scanning a lot of real space, and then we're planning to sell these materials to the companies which are training the artificial intelligence for generating the real space. I clearly understand that this profession of cameraman will die soon, but I always try to move forward and find any new way how to apply my knowledge to this video production direction. And that's why I don't think the artificial intelligence will take all my job. I always find the solution how to cooperate with artificial intelligence, and everyone need to try to find the solution how to cooperate with artificial intelligence so it can help them. For now, we have a Sora. I can't test it in Poland now. It's for now it's turn it off, but I will find a solution. Maybe when they open to the Poland, I will find a solution how to generate a Gaussian Splat scans, rod plates with a Sora. With a high quality, and I understand that it will be a future of Gaussian Splat also. For now, we can create a lot of different scan different scans, and use these scans for training artificial intelligence. It will be absolutely the same with what we have with the video, but in the future we will have the same with 3D generating scans, 3D models, and we just need to collaborate with an AI.
Right. Thank you, Andrii, for taking time and being part of the podcast. Your work is super fantastic, and I wish more people get to know about the work that you're doing. And you rightfully pointed out, I think we're getting into such a fantastic world. I think the way we create content, consume content, distribute content, capture content is completely changing. We already have these text to AI, text to video tools, which is I think going to flood the world. There's going to be more, possibly maybe in the next 5 years, there's going to be maybe full length Hollywood feature films, which is going to be possibly just created through maybe these text to video modalities. And you rightfully pointed out, I think, what we humans need to do is find a way to be more creative and find a way that we collaborate, because we are at the cusp of building artificial general intelligence. And this, unfortunately, we are a little far away from building that, because they, at this point in time, though they have multimodal built into the system, but they don't really truly understand the world. And that's the reason Feifei, AI researcher, she's got this company called World AI Labs, and they believe that their approach of building a complete world, a 3D world, and then feeding as a modality into these LLM models is a way for these LLMs to understand the physics of the world and then be able to become maybe a little bit more intelligent, or maybe human-like, show human-like intelligence. So I think, rather than being scared, we should find a way to maybe be a lifelong learner, and be more inquisitive and more creative, and find a way that we collaborate with AI. Because I think the future demands that, and the future demands that we become more open rather than closed, because I think the world is so closed, and the content creation, I think, is going to become more and more fun if we have an open mind. The future is possibly maybe find ways to collaborate and grow rather than be fearful of AI. And I think the content creators and content creators will have like a great future ahead. So thank you for taking time and being part of the podcast. And to my listeners, if you like what you see in here, then please press the subscribe button. And until next time, see you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, Andrii. Really appreciate this.
But yeah, also I mentioned, don't forget to subscribe this channel, and you will find a lot of a new person with whom you can also collaborate.